Good morning. I'm Kim. Welcome to my channel, 5 Mirror Tarot. Oh my goodness, collective. I hope you're doing well. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. We're going to get into it, all of it. Nothing like a frog in your throat first thing in the morning. I want to thank you for clicking on this video. This will be a channeled message for you, for your highest good. While we're here, let's do the old businesses. Let's release the karma for the highest good of the entire collective consciousness. You keep what resonates, you turn the rest loose. And if you have to turn loose of the whole reading, that's okay too. Go to my playlist. There's quite the little ton of them there now, and I haven't been here very long. So we release the karma for the higher good, for the entire collective consciousness. That includes your stinky people. You know, your ones that are the naughty or nice list. They never make the nice list. If they do, they're faking it. They're future faking. They're gaslighting you something. Well, this is Selflessness Sunday on 5 Mirror Tarot. Because it is. Now, I'm not sure if I'm impressed or if I'm disappointed as to your stinky people's vapidity, being vapid. Vapidity is a taking hold. You waiting to walk into like a warm handshake, but you're going to walk into that 12-12 portal. You're fine. You're with the divine, but they're on that list. God's checking it twice. The angels are checking it twice. I'm going to go kick their asses. Your team is, some of you, not all of you, your team is asking for you to please give them permission because they want to go and have a talk with your stinky person. They can't do diddly squat unless you say, okay, I give you permission. And then you watch and see what they do to your stinky people. I think it would be worth it. That's what all this means. Distorted Brainiac's final crash is here. Look at these cards. Look at these cards. But we won't let that stop them. They're working. They're working really hard. Which monster will we see, though? What's going to show up? They got to knock you off your square, and they got to come out of it smelling like a rose, and they're not gonna. They're going to come out of it smelling like dookies. And this one incorrigible, they're going to supersede or surpass one incorrigible, stubborn person. They could be a man or a woman or whatever. In the process of becoming an ignoramus. They're working really hard at it. So you got your distorted Brainiac, the final crash. The suspense is intense. I know that with all of the gaslighting that was flying about during my meditation I do between 3 and 4 in the morning. Now, there's a bit of dark humor here today. Why do they have to be a tough shit? Have to wind their ass up so tight? They're setting themselves up for an energetic zapping themselves, some kind of huge accident waiting to happen in their own skin, gonna scare the wicked willy out of themselves. I don't know exactly what this entails, but you're gonna be there to see it. You're not there to catch them, got it? I keep telling you, I keep warning you. They're in a heap of trouble, and that's what they do is they run at you. They come to you. Please just listen. Just give me just 2 minutes, and 20 frickin' hours later, and you won't let you brush your teeth, won't let you do anything that you need to. No, just Just listen. Just no, just listen. Oh, I know. It's irritating as hell. Well, it must be fun to just make up your own rules. Make up your own regulations and laws, just like that. They are too subject to the law of the land, and that also going to mean universal, and the universal in the cosmos, instant karma. And this person's wobbly brain, it works in mysterious ways lately, I know. And they're making a fool of themselves, coming and going. But hey, let them go right on ahead and do that now. I know they told me to jump right in on this now. We're going to do the Froud. Now I do both of the Froud oracles because I love to use both of them together. It just gives me just so much oomph. This was the Indy, little Indy. Now you got Indy a few days ago too. Some of you, not all of you, this is a collective, or someone that's just in a bad situation or relationship that's a bit toxic and such. They're in indecision. They need to use their intuition or discernment as someone you're worried about. And if it's you, use your intuition and your discernment. This is a decision-making fairy in the Froud. This is tapping into the fairy realm. And I trust this message has found you at the perfect time. I really appreciate you. I welcome you. If you've never been here before, welcome. Thank you so much for being here with me in this moment. And again, I thank you for clicking on this video. And as always, collective, I love you so, so much. And I'm so proud of you. You know I told you, you have a decision to make. You speak your truth. Indy, to me, in the Froud, you don't just use what's in the book. It's helpful, but you get a sense of working with these cards on your own as to what they mean. No dithering forever, or it causes ruin. Again, this could be a situation that you are in, but I'm getting for some, because it's a collective consciousness, collective reading. You got someone you care about that's in a trouble. You're troubled. They're in a troubling situation, and they do too have to make a decision that if they will love themselves enough, and they don't have to accept what this bully is telling them, they start believing what that a-hole is telling them, it's going to be harder for them to do this work. But the decision is they have to decide that they know their worth, that they have self-respect and integrity, even though this outside influence is, yeah, I don't like this outside influence. And if it's you, collective, I don't like, that's what that pressure, that toxic person, their ways are very, very manipulative, very Machiavellian narcissism. Yeah, this is for educational purposes because it's what I do here. My first channel was Auntie Grayrock. We couldn't go no contact. Those that did stayed with us to support us, those of us who couldn't leave. Because not everyone gets to go no contact. For whatever reason, we don't judge you on my channel. I know that. So before I do begin, if you want to support the channel, or just say thanks, now is an absolutely great time, and you can hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video on your socials, or drop a comment with your thoughts. Any of that helps the channel big time. Yeah. Coming to you from the land of enchantment. It's life out here in the Southwest. Coming to you early in the morning. From a beautiful place called Kirky. Venturing into Don't Give a Flying Feck television. Because we don't. You see on my channel, if you like the energy, you really should subscribe, because we are a fierce, sassy soul family. Because we are. So if you're joining me here today, there is a reason for you seeing this message. And you and I have been on this journey. Even if you've never been here before, I've been tagging you in all these other dimensions. Yep, I've been rounding you all up. You have been aligned with me from the beginning. I had Auntie Grayrock for 2.5 years. I've only had 5 Mirror Tarot since the last week of June. Little baby channel. Well, right here, you've got a safe place to belong here. You come in here and we grow this energy in this space together. It's a hoot. You have the power here to embody your authenticity, because I let you. Nobody else will. It's a dangerous job, but I'll do it. I know. Now then. Right here, right now, tarot is a self-help tool that I use forever to help people with their stinky, snotty people for decades. So the viewer can, you can enhance your self-awareness when you land here. You can build your emotional resilience and have a fun time doing it. And the tarot can help you set boundaries with a toxic person. Well, a place or thing, actually. All of the above. What now? The content shared here is based on publicly available information, and I research the feck out of everything and have a fun time doing it. Especially using the tarot and the fairy oracles. I know right now tonight my mouth will not hold soap, and I got a frog in my throat. But that's life out here in the Southwest. Well, this is for your enjoyment. And the PSAs that I do, the public service announcements, I would encourage thoughtful discussion in the comments section, because that's I'm a Luddite. On Auntie Grayrock, yeah, we'll get to a point here once I get 11. Let's see. When I start to build up to at least 11 views, at least 11, I get into that pattern. I'll show up in the comment section every day. I will go and look, so that I am reading your comments if there's one there. And if there's not, I still go look. But I will respond to your emojis and such. But if you make it through the whole video, please give me a blue heart. And if you've got an HYPE, I think it's a hype button. I don't know if you have a hype button. Hype my channel so that we can snake fascinate the algorithms into helping me out, what do you say? And helping me grow this channel. But this is to encourage a discussion, to provide awareness about the specter of narcissism that's been here forever. Since humans have been here, we've had narcissists. We just know what they would call them. We called them Phil. We called them Flip. We called them and bullying, because on my channel bullying stops here. We don't put up with that crap. So this video is created for informational and educational purposes only, under the principles of fair use. Even though I don't upload videos, I do research. And the goal of this channel right here is to discuss and analyze and document in a video form these true, and they are true, my public service announcements about narcissism and bullying are spot on. Using the tarot and the fairy oracles and the Holy Bible, where we do a living word meditation for and we do a Holy Bible divination. So all of that is rolled into a granddaddy of them all every morning. Channeled message. And the goal, it's for entertainment purposes, is to document using these videos of these tarot enhanced channeled messages with accuracy and sensitivity and respect to whoever I'm going on about. This is an open read because I'm getting ready to do your blessings of abundance. You know what I'm going to say. I can't help it now. It's a neural pathway. I have autism. Have you ever seen abundance? Your blessings of abundance. It's an open read. Many subjects because I will blurt out off-colored jokes about what's going on in the rest of the world, because this is a collective reading. It's for entertainment purposes. And I treat even the fictitious characters with respect, because I'm on YouTube. Viewer discretion is advised for that reason, because as the fairy tales I discuss at the end, as the topics I discuss may be sensitive or disturbing as hell to some audiences, that would be your real children that are pablum-fed Disney fairy tales and stuff. The ones I'm doing are the Grimm fairy tales that have been abridged for that magic language that we all speak on YouTube. You know. I know. John Solo, because I watched John Solo. Oh, he had to redo his whole show. He'd been doing this where he was doing and talking about. He wasn't talking about greasy, grimy gopher guts. He was spelling it out, and he had to change. He had to change things, because I'm telling you, YouTube changed stuff a little while back and just threw every creator for a loop. What the F, man? You're freaking us out, but they did it anyway. But I'm telling you, my channel, I do these fairy tales in a way that you got to get the children out of the room, because my channel's not for children. You really should be 18 and older. And if your children are in the room, that's on you. You're the parent. It's not on me. That's on you, the parent. Get them out of the room, because they're going to go, that's not how Cinderella goes. That's right. Get them out of the room. I'm telling the real fairy tales here, kiddos, and I embellished them. That's why this is so much fun for me. Well, get the children out of the room. Now, all individuals mentioned, if they're real or imagined, if they're a real life person, living or deceased, there's that magical language that we have to speak on YouTube as creators. This video, they're treated with respect, real or imagined, alive or deceased, and with utmost dignity. And no disrespect is intended towards real bullies and narcissists in your life. I'm not determining them as that, neither are you. We're just saying something's wrong with them, that toxic is back. So, Permission is not granted to link or to repost this video. This video is for educational and spiritual entertainment value and purposes only. And this video doesn't refer to any specific person, real or imagined. Some person, place, or thing in a damn fairy tale by the Brothers Grimm, or you married one in church and now you have to live with them in real life. Got it? So, this video doesn't refer to any specific person and should not refer to any specific person as having NPD or narcissistic traits, especially to support some highfalutin allegation that the maker of this video believe or support a claim that that a person is literally a narcissist or a bully or a butt nut or a jerk. I love you, collective. This tarot and fairy oracle reading is for fun. It's not for fortune telling or predictions about what your bully or your narcissist's next move is. No, that's not my department. This is a collective reading. It's not a personal reading. You live with your butt nuts. You work with your butt nuts. You're in community theater and put up with your butt nuts while you're singing in the chorus for Sweeney Todd for Christmas. You weren't expecting that, were you? I mean it, really. If you like the energy on my channel, you really should get your friends to subscribe and interact with me. Ooh, but I do. I tap into these really dark, manky, skanky, slutty energies that are dark as feck. And so I do that so that you don't go by just me now. I want us together. You come over here with me together. And you will use your discernment and your intuition because you in real time are in their physical company and I'm not. I want you to use your... Don't you be making decisions from something that you got off the YouTube or the TikTok. Please no. On my channel, please use your discernment. Common sense. Got it? I mean, I'm sure we'd be, as a creator, that we would give us a thumbs up, subscribe, hype, share. But use your discernment, please. I'm begging you. We're still in Saturn retrograde. Everybody's, some of your stinky people are in their North Node and they do not like it. But you're doing fine. And this transformation is your confirmation this morning during this reading. And this reading is your confirmation, collective. And our soul tribe is growing. I love you. And I feel this love connection is going to be strong for all of us together once we get going. That's how I think we're going to supersede what happened on Auntie Grayrock. On Mirror Mirror. These are timeless readings, no matter when you, or if you share my videos, or a loved one who has married one in church, and now they have to live with one. Got it? So they on my channel, I'll teach them to fight fear with knowledge. They're timeless readings. No matter when you click on, your soul wanted to live with no pressure if you found your way to my channel. That's what got you here. And now's the best opportunity time for you to harness Saturn retrograde. Dive into introspection and reevaluation of your long-term goals. Reset your obligations and responsibilities to serve you first, using your appropriate boundaries being set. Now then, this is the part. Now here we go. Open read, because it's going to show me this and that. Here we go. Many subjects. And I might say something snarky. That would be a joke, YouTube. Grow up. So, you collective, you defeated a high-ranking demon. It's a karmic she-devil energy. That's a person. It broke a curse. or you repelled a psychic attack, or all of that. They were going for all the gusto, needing to grind something out. You're extinguishing a cigarette. No, it's a squirrely person. Someone is watching porn. I know. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Yeah, I bet you weren't expecting me to say that while I'm handing out your blessings. You know to stay away. Yes. A betrayal that temporarily affects the career. Now, I saw that this morning for some of you got squirrely people at work. It just are not, there's just no pleasing these people. And it's not like your boss or something. No, these are a-holes. It's Peggy in bookkeeping. Oh, that bish Peggy in bookkeeping. Someone's being sneaky. I know it. And it's sad. But you prayed and you moved on about whatever the hell's going on at work. And you're more powerful because you left them to their own toxic devices. And then you healed yourself, smiling quietly to yourself over there. And you got an energy boost. They're in hot water, though, and they did it. You balanced your chakras. So magnetic. And you're looking good. You're smelling good. You looking fine. Nobody can dress like you dress. And, oh, your energy. My. Oh, my. An unfaithful person, this is at work, will suddenly have no patience or interest in any other person except for you. If you don't know all of the people, or you think it's just one, thank you, Holy Spirit. That's telling me that the divine, that's why I told you they're asking you to give them permission. And they will ferret them out. So they all start a popping and a percolating. The imp of the perverse is an Edgar Allan Poe tale. They can't, they're compelled. They just have, oh, and then they'll say something and then they start being questioned by your boss. Oh, they shouldn't have said anything. They opened that can of worms. They did it. And so they're going to try and blame twist on you. I'm telling you, but you've healed all this. You've separated yourself from their energy. Just why they're doing this, because they're freaking out. They're in desperation. And think that while you're there, they can plug you in and piss you off and push your buttons in real time in front of the boss. And you don't. Because you get enough rest. So they're doing this stuff to you. A lot of this, you figured it out. They've been wearing and dogging your ass at work and wearing you down, but you see, you've been getting rest. When you get rest, you can run rings around them. So you're getting enough rest. Well done. Dungeon is a root chakra. They're showing me an oubliette, a forgotten place. That's the worst thing in a torture chamber. You do not want to be in the oubliette. No, no, no. Attending to the scary part of yourself. That's doing your shadow work. I'm so proud of you. Very good. Excuse me. You're triumphant. What? A narcissistic personality, insignificant one, who's extremely superficial, is standing on your last nerve. Hold on. I'm sorry. It might be. The Jupiter tree. Hold on. Yeah. Pollen. Anyway, They're desperate. Oh, jeez, yeah. Here go the eyes. If I start sneezing, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep recording. Just so you know. When I sneeze, I can't stop. For you, though, growth and expansion is where you are literally. Go do that. Don't you let them do it. Love manifests in its stable form and allows swift transformation, magically sparked by self-realization and self-discovery through meditation and self-empowered self-love practice. Ooh, white light. Spiritual cleansing is called for. Amazing restraint shown to your toxic, not just by you, but others. Your toxic person loves to pick on people who have a life. They chose to stay quiet and went towards a third party. You were an option. That's not for all of you now. Proceeds to act like a wounded, toxic animal. I mean, they're desperate. Think that they're being funny. Ooh. What now? Spirit guides are blocking this person so that you can do what you need to do. I love this. I mean it. Stay away from them. Coercive control. Might is right. Survival of the fittest or the most toxic. Now then, I'm going to hydrate for the obvious reason. You get something to drink too now. Oh God, my eyes are all weeping and sticky. It's got to be the juniper bush. Well, I hope you're doing okay, collective. Let me get over there. No, I don't know. So you want me to? You got it. It is. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well today, collective. Now, then what are these? I tapped in and I saw that you created something, and it creates positive change. In the big old world, too, the work you're doing on you. You heal yourself, you're healing the rest of the world. That means why you are here. You're an earth angel. You're a multidimensional being. Judgment reversed. Oh, yeah, they're being an idiot. Nine of Swords, they're having nightmares. Chariot, because you healed, and you're not, in the Devil card, you're not putting up with their Devil card, them trying the Four of Swords and Devil card. Oh, yeah, them wanting to perpetrate something on you. And then the Judgment card, this is what I'm saying. Give them permission. You say it out loud with me. All right, Auntie. I give my spirit team, my angels and ancestors, I give them permission to go and have a talking to, a very stern. They're going to do more than that. They're not going to write a polite letter. They're gnashing their teeth. They know what your person's up to. And they're like, you have to give us permission. We cannot go and protect you. They want to protect you in a specific way. Please give them permission to do this. That would be a good thing you do. See? Now here's the Judgment card reversed. What they're planning to try to do to you is vile. Your spirit team knows what it is. The whole time they've been trying to, please give us permission. You're like, I'll think about it. Okay. You already had indecision. Use your intuition and discernment. Collective. Hello. No dithering forever, or it causes ruin. Tap into the Frau to begin with, because the fairy realm serves the divine up in heaven. When we started this reading, they're warning you. They're desperate because they don't like this version of you, your most authentic self, because they can't manipulate and they can't get diddly squat out of you. Uh-oh. The fairies are playing with me. You've healed to the point that they can never, ever control you again. You setting those boundaries so that you become more adaptive around them. They can't come and wrap you around their little finger anymore. You're not the same person. What needed to change to make that dynamic, that toxicity go away was you. But see, I'm telling you, some of them don't need to hire people, but they are to do on you. But some people don't need to burn candles and cast They just direct their thought and things happen to people that's bad. And they've gotten away with it until now, which I'm going to say is why your angels and ancestors, they beseech you. Say out loud, all right, Auntie, I give my angels and ancestors permission to go and talk to these people that harm me. Especially this one is going to try, and whoever's trying to perpetrate or form a weapon or forge a weapon to use against me, by giving permission is one way that you polish up your psychic armor, your armor from the divine that you serve, your helmet, your shield, your boots, your sword. Do it for your sake. What crosses the situation? Don't you knock me over. I've got vertigo. Holy Spirit. You recognize suffering in order to release it. But what crosses you? King of Pentacles, that's you. Getting justice. Justice. Seven of Swords is them being identified by your team that you just gave permission to, right? To go talk to them about their shady dealings, that you're an anointed one, that they've been telling them to stop it, but now they're going to really tell them to stop messing with you. The Fool is you surrendering this over by giving them permission. Ten of Swords. Yeah, that's them really, really, to make themselves feel good, they have to destroy you, a fine human being, for reasons. Jeez, on mackerel. And you're the Queen of Wands. Oh my goodness. You're also here's the Page of Cups. Someone's going to have a baby, or you get a project or a contract or a job or work or Then we got the Two of Swords, where your communication skills and intuition are seamless, and it sparks the Ace of Wands as a brand new beginning for you. Well, your person, they are not subtle or clever. They are showboating. And all that you can see is their stinky, stinky fear. Threats at every turn, not just to you, but to everybody. The closer you get to Christmas, they just want to ruin it. They can't stand to see anyone happy. And the laws are closing in on their toxic schemes. This is a deranged, panic-stricken git Oh, I know. This is you. Taking action and keeping it together and negotiating and taking your time and loyalty was random. And you're getting justice. What you need out of these projects or contracts. Some of that could be sexual satisfaction with your partner. This is your squirrely people, because you gave permission to your angels and ancestors, or giving them a stern talking to, and opening a can of kick-ass. If you haven't lived, how do you fight something that you can't see? Angels are invisible. as they will too. Their energy shoves them around while they're having a talking to. That has to do with you, and you surrendered it to them. I give you permission. I'm so proud of you. And then they say, these are the things that you had planned for collective. Now, you get those things, that all those things you planned for collective are going to happen to you, but not collective. And collective is protected. And someone's going to have a baby. You don't care what the future holds as long as it's got 10 toes and fingers. Now, this could be you have a project of self-love in your own skin, liking it a lot, or this is a project at work, or you get new contracts, or we have a guarantee of gainful employment, which is what this card means. Gainful. And did you hear the part about gainful employment? Oh, it's all going to be sorted out now. Everyone will be refreshed. In spite of that orange polished turd in the White House. What's the basis? You refuse to ignore your inner voice. You're going inward. I'm so proud of you. You got expectations about diving deep and learning about yourself, really communicating with yourself. You're becoming your soul. I'm so proud of you. Whenever you get disappointment coming at you, some of this comes to you from your squirrely people at work. You face your expectations head on. You do what you can and what you can control, and the rest you surrender. And you don't desperately, jump at all this stuff, because you've done that before. It got you nowhere. Sobering facts that you get to look in the eye and you're enjoying it. If you have no expectation, I've told you that before, how can you be disappointed? I've told you before, no attachments to a specific outcome, for good or bad. Life's a crapshoot. I want to wait and see what it is. So you don't delay, or when you get it, you're more appreciative. No attachment to outcomes is part of the law of attraction, because it is. Now, they're trapped in their head. This is what they had planned for you. This is what your angels are saying. No, we're trapped in your head with you, bully. And see, you're like, I'm so happy that I gave my angels permission to open a can of whoop ass on my squirrely people. They're bringing in a renewed sense of a fresh start. Emotional wealth turns into literal wealth. 6 of Cups, fair exchange of energy, reciprocity, to reciprocate in a loving way, loving what you're doing, your passions in your life, even when facing adversity. Oh yeah, you're acing this at work. They can try to besmirch you, but you don't respond. like they expect you to, and your boss takes note of it and thinks they're weenies and you're not a weenie. This is the you are not a weenie card. No, you're the high priestess. You're not allowed to be a weenie. Because you're the emperor and God said so. It's the emperor who's never wrong. You roll your empire in Aries. And that's the Pope. That's the Hierophant. Well done, collective. So in the next 2 weeks. Yep, Knight of Swords. You take action to communicate. 10 of Cups. You tell the universe what it is that you want. The sun gives you it's your life. You get to create what your futures are and attract. You're so attractive right now. You're magnetized. Nine of Pentacles taking action again to creating. Again, what I'm holding in my hands is that you are absolutely becoming your soul. Why you were incarnated was to grow your soul. You're becoming your soul material. You are becoming King of Wands, Chariot. Another Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. That's you going so deep inward in what you discover there. Why did I bury this? This is a part of myself that's, why did I shove this down? Why? Because your soul wasn't ready to grow this part of itself until now. You embark on a new devotional form of worship. It's a self-love practice that believes anyone can have direct access to the divine, regardless of sex, caste, religion. All of us have a little nugget of, even if you're an atheist, sorry, can't help, not my rules. You have a chunk of the divine, of the universe, of spirit, of whatever it is you adhere to or don't adhere to. You have a chunk of it in you. See? Take an action to not go off a cliff anymore. You're tired of living this in the past. You're tired of life always being like this. You're able to rest. Because that's what you told the universe, was you wanted to have ease of life, man. That you've been fully showing up for yourself and then some, and you're rewarded for it. And you are becoming your soul in your human form. And you keep taking action to keep doing, showing up every day. This is the showing up for yourself every day card. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. I'm a fire trine, good ideas in Aries, expansion in Jupiter and Sagittarius, and the balls to actually do it, to actually live your Kundalini energy and make it something intangible, an idea in your head, concrete, where in the real world you're touching it. Touching that idea. You're driving the chariot. You're driving everything forward. That's you doing it. Showing up for yourself. Because you're sassy and you are fierce. Like we are a sassy, fierce soul family on 5 Mirror Mirror Tarot. Look at this, all these pentacles. This is how attractive your soul is. Look what you're attracting to you in a strong, wonderful way. And this is you, your most authentic self, really, really showing up for yourself. And you've been showing up and doing all this work. Well, here's the reward. I didn't expect to get any reward, Auntie. I know, but you're going to get one. It's two beats. Crowns. Force. A war rush. The Ace of Wands. The bright new beginning with the Emperor. The Eight of Cups. Ooh, that's interesting. Here we are again. The Ace of Pentacles again is you showing up for yourself and glowing up intuitively with the moon and the wheel of the year. Ooh, all of this. And the Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands. Gives you the Three of Wands. If you add those together, your ship coming in because you the High Priestess. Ace of Wands, a force, a rush. You use vigor. You raise the vibration. You stabilize your energy. You do it again. You're a natural force. Not an oppressive force. You're a gentle force. You walk softly and you carry a big stick. Just like Teddy Roosevelt. That's his quote when he went to beat the snot out of the Nazis. When he went to go help Britain, the, what is it called? Of Ungentlemanly Warfare's movie. Now then, you're the Emperor. Taking action, you don't like to be wrong because you know what you're doing. Now this. There's something in you here that you walked away from, and I'm telling you, you're gonna claim it. This little spark here. You're integrating it because you're being guided to integrate this, to claim it, to exalt it, to cherish it. But there's other stuff that you're going to be walking away from that's in the container. Yours is the spark, but the bowl, that you will leave those things behind. Now here we are again. Then again, you level up again, and you're really nice to yourself is what that means. I'm so happy. Because intuitively, you're being told to go through a whole moon cycle, 28 days. Of you, glorious you, fabulous you, wonderful you. And then look what happens. Look at all these wheels in the moon in that party. That's beautiful. And the Ace of Wands, bright new beginning. I don't care if it's the same job you're in, it's getting a spit shine. Or you go and you have a bright new beginning. You're served an offering or a job. Again, that you don't care what the future holds, but you have a decision to make. Do you know who you are? Do you know your worth? I say you do know your worth. You don't get validation outside of yourself. You show yourself unconditional love, then the outside world love will be attracted to you that is not conditional at all. Or it ain't coming in. If it doesn't come to you correct, that's how attractive you are. At the same time, you'll repel. They have a chance, though, these butt nuts and stuff. But the good people that screw up have a chance to go over here and make themselves better. And then later they can come into a timeline with you. But they have to come in correct. They have to love you unconditionally. This is you loving yourself in the divine feminine unconditionally. The High Priestess. Oh, my. I'm sorry. Definitely in the future. Page of Cups, there it is again. A baby or a real baby or a project. A Hierophant. Four of Pentacles is juggling. Two of Swords. They're going to try and attack you, and then you open up a portal and jump through it. I'd say by the 12th. Two of Cups, that's you really learning to communicate with yourself. If it makes you feel like you're a Princess of Wands, like you're 12 years old. Happy ending, 9 of Cups. You see that you weren't trapped in your own head. And the World card, as you graduate, you assume the simplicity of the heart and the heart space and the humility of a child. You're innocent and you're pure. And you ask the divine. The divine knows that you will be met with more love than you could ever imagine. It's going to be poured over your head. This is that project. More love being poured over your head. Starting with your self-love practices that kick in the law of attraction. Look at you. Because you work for the divine. And you're able to juggle all of these things in spite of your squirrely people. And then they really double down. But you're protected. Look at your face. And they can see, they can't see. They know that you're not falling for it, and then they feel you slip away. You go do what you need to do. And this is you learning to really dive deep, a new way of communicating with yourself, with your soul, to become more in your human form, to become your soul. That's a beautiful thing, you guys. Collective. Wait. Not trapped in your head at all. Your intuition tells you, with a blindfold on, tells you that pierced your skirt. Your skirt doesn't have nerve endings. You used your intuition and your discernment so that you could see, not being paranoid. And sure enough, you detect what your butt nuts are up to, and you graduate again. You level up again, and you pop through. You open another portal. You go through another gate. I'm so proud of you. Excuse me. The environment of hope. You hear your soul. This is resonating with the divine feminine. This is connected with you, with the fierce love that exists within you. That is your custom. That is you. And that love can only ever expand, because I know you come in here and you expand. You show me a kindness. See, and you're taking action towards attracting in what the resources you need. You're very attractive to getting what it is to create your futures. It's your life. Paying attention to that one little pentacle detail you're working on, the rest of them are up in there, is you learning to communicate and come in full circle and diving in deep in your inner world and discovery of yourself and learning to communicate, to regulate your emotions, to really be in touch with your higher self. See that beam of lights to your higher self. And your spirit team is carrying you further, moving you further. And here you are to being the Queen of Pentacles. Look at you, leveling up again. Then you go through the communication with yourself goes through a process of rebirth. It changes, transforms, and rebirth. That's in your own skin. Taking yourself under your own wing, doing your work, and that's you burning off karma, that right there. Fulfilling your needs. Creating what your life is going to be, because you deserve it. Justice. Because you deserve it. I know. They got wobbly brains, though. Their brain works in mysterious ways lately. From what I was seeing, it's troubling as hell. What did those around you think of you, collective? Enter the heart. They want you to keep doing that because they see it works for you. And ask to experience stillness. Repeat the words. I am inner peace. I am harmony. Tout le monde y répétait. You hung around just enough to let everything fit into place. And now you leveled up and you're going to get your reward for doing it that way. You get unstuck. You're communicating with your own self on a level that feels really balanced. Like a spiritual awakening vibe, spiritual ecstasy, celebration. Portal. This is you leveling up again. Pre-emperor, pre-empress. King of Cups. Being able to convey when your needs need to be met, and if you can or will meet another person's needs, because you aren't going to be forced to meet other toxic people's needs anymore. And you're so stable emotionally and mentally, not like you've been, wrong here, but you're really emotionally strong because you keep showing up for yourself. That's why. And look at you and your divine feminine. You're the empress. Good fertile ideas, and you're able to put those good fertile ideas into action and rule your empire. And you're protected in ruling that empire. It's your life that you're building and growing and attracting in. What you need, you're expanding into this magical way of living your life. You deserve this. See, and you're looking at the growth. As things come to you, you're looking at the growth. Not that a bunch of people are going to hit me with a stick. People coming to you with growth. Oh, isn't that a beautiful thing? Instead of a bunch of bollocks. Sublime understanding, acknowledging, 3 of Wands. Your ship coming in. A certain stability that can never be upset. That's how strong you're becoming. 3 of Cups. 4 of Cups becomes the 7 of Cups. If you add those together, opportunities. The 4 of Swords is you going inward and learning how to communicate with yourself, and then you glow up into the star. Hold on, I'll get over there. 5 of Wands is expanding your world, your 5 senses. Earth and air and fire and water and spirit. Earth and air and fire and water and spirit. 5 elements. Growth. Then we've got the 10 of Swords for your snarky people. We got the Hanged Man of you, how you can look at your process and count your blessings. 4 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. But from which an inner child can issue what's truly noble and well aspected in this tarot card reading. Sun in Aries. You couldn't be happier. In your own skin, a harmonious, organic marriage takes place. Great power and will. You keep raising your willpower. You celebrate. This is your reward. You deserve to be able to celebrate. Now, this is ease of life, because you count your blessings. 3 and 4 is a 7. Opportunities coming in the future, because you're learning to communicate and become your soul. And there you are as the star. You do it. You're transformed. You're becoming out of the chrysalis. You're becoming that butterfly of transformation. Because you've earned it. You did the work. Because you did. All that your squirrely people did to you, gravity works, you pulled all that out. Everything they did to you now is happening to them because you gave your angels permission. See, you got it. You hang around upside down enough to let everything fit into place, and then you said, okay, I give you permission. And they were so happy you did that. And you're counting your blessings. So 4 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, if you add them together, but you're not crying over spilled milk, because the 2 cups that still stand, that's you and your higher self, are those 2 cups. You and your authentic self, your true self, and your higher self coming together to be your soul. Make your soul shine. You are now open to a partner with whom you can be vulnerable, with whom you can share the joys of love on all kinds of levels, because they're not toxic. They will never be toxic. I saw this before a few days ago. Venus in Scorpio. Yeah. They're out of balance though, because Venus is in Scorpio. Is why they're being so extra squirrely. They're licking old narcissistic wounds so that they can get up ahead of steam, so that they can come running at you, not to, oh, no, let me talk to you, you can help me, you make me feel better. No, they're going to come running at you like they're going to do that, and they're going to let you have it. They're going to belittle you. They're going to tear you to shreds. They're going to, because they got their foot in the door. Stay away from them. They're a hot mess. They are a hot mess. 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, ooh, the Hermit, 8 of Wands, oh, the Lovers, Victoria, 6 of Wands, King of Wands, 9 of Swords for your squirrely. This 7 of Cups is for your squirrely, because they're opportunists, pretending that they're not. They're crying over spilled milk. You're given the go-ahead to dive deep in and learn to communicate with yourself. Go do that. So what happens is you're very successful and rewarded for this. You are chosen. You're a chosen one. They know that you are a chosen one and that they messed with you. It's why they're getting... This is them licking their wounds. And they want to steal your light and extinguish your light. But your spirit team and angels and ancestors won't let them. 8 of Wands. Oh, they're coming in. How fast can a pissed off angel fly? This is your commitment to yourself. Learning how to communicate on a deeper level with yourself. And here's the 6 again. You're successful in that. Butt nut does not mean what they say. They're full of crap. They know you know they're full of crap. Sword of Damocles hanging over their head. And the whole world knows they're an opportunist. But they're narcissists. They're toxic as feck. Let's put it that way. And you're not crying over spilled milk. They are. See? And here you are with your higher self, growing your soul with your true self and your higher self working in cahoots. Now I'm going to tap into, this is the angelic realm. Okay, Holy Spirit, don't you knock me over. I've got vertigo. Oh, I feel that. Wilt not thou, O God, who hast cast us off, and will not thou, O God, go forth with our hosts, give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Okay, this is telling you to use your discernment. Wilt not thee, O God, who hast cast us off. See, they're praying. That means they're praying to God to give them mercy, and He's not listening to their prayers because they were that wretched. Now, the one I did between 3 and 4 in the morning is Leviticus 25:37. You must not lend them money, you squirrely people, at interest, or tell them or sell them food at profit. Do not take any interest or profit, that's usury, from foreigners taking advantage of tourists from him, but fear your God, that your countrymen may live among you. Do not take advantage of his plight by running up big interest charges on his loans. And don't give him food just so you can profit. The land of Israel existed in a specific relation to God. His structures were not supposed to, his Israelites were not supposed to be taking advantage of each other. They could lend money to the needy, but they were not to charge interest. They could give employment to a man who wished or needed to work, but they could never make such a man into a permanent slave like could be done with a foreigner. When Israelites sold themselves as slaves to residents, foreigners, to repay debts, those people's relatives had to make every sound effort to bring their loved ones back. This was to be conducted fairly by paying the equivalent of a laborer's fair wage for that period, for the day of the transaction to the year of the Jubilee, when normally slaves are released. The masters were expected to think of their slaves' well-being, and they were never to treat them harshly. This was a law given by God to his people. This is a great lesson to those who would rightly regard or adhere to it, because God planned its terms upon which the enjoyment comes from the land of promise had been based upon the land belonged to God. Now then, so Sun in Scorpio for you, overflowing of emotions that are valuable and rare. That's what I mean. You going deep inside of yourself and learning to communicate with yourself So you think you know the story of the little elves? Once upon a midnight drear, there once was this shoemaker, who, due to no fault of his own, had become so poor that at long last he had nothing left but just enough leather for one pair of shoes. That evening he cut out the leather, the pieces, intending to make up for time in the morning. He had a good mind to do so, so he went to bed. Your influence for this is Sun in Scorpio. A lusty vibration for you, collective. Enjoyment and pleasure. Now then. But the truth is far older and, according to Carl Jung, much darker. And this character's fate was far too disturbing for the run-of-the-mill fairy tale. So I changed it. Now then, Sun in Scorpio. I told you, get the children out of the room. But we like fairy tales. Get out. Go to your room. Sun in Scorpio. Pleasure in sexual relationships is refreshed. Now then, the shoemaker. In the morning he said his prayers, and as he sat down to work, but lo and behold, this pair of shoes were already made. And there they stood on his cobbler's board. The poor shoemaker was amazed. He knew not what to say. But he took the shoes in hand and to inspect them more closely. Sun in Scorpio. Rich, sensual, pleasurable exchanges of energy. Well done, collective. Now then, the shoemaker. He saw how they were so neatly worked, that not a single stitch was out of place, just as they had been fashioned for winning a prize at the county fair. Suddenly a customer came in and loved the shoes. He paid more than the asking price. Odd. Now he was able to buy enough leather for 2 more pairs of new shoes. Sun in Scorpio. Tap into your heart energy. You tap into sexual energy, and I want you to enjoy it, please. The ultimate comeuppance is going to be the elves' freedom and healing, which proved the cobbler's control was temporary over them. He went to work without a moment's delay. He had gotten the leather pieces shaped out. Then he arose the next morning. He prepared to work with a rested spirit and fresh eyes, but there was also no need, for 2 new pairs stood on the cobbler's board. Now this is about a poor cobbler whose fortunes mysteriously turn around when these teeny-tiny elves secretly finish his work overnight. Now the elf's ability to recover and to thrive is a direct countermeasure to the narcissistic cobbler's efforts to destroy their elven spirits. It's like I just said in that Bible verse. Even if he was doing it subconsciously, he was going to make those little elves his slaves. Yeah. This is about to save face the narcissist for bragging about sudden wealth to protect their image, not letting his true nature be revealed. The money dried up. He lied and said his prosperity continues when it doesn't. He was trying to trick them. So we've got Sun in Scorpio. Emotional renewal, you are refreshed. As far as the shoemaker goes, the elves are making him rich, but he spies them working in the buff. In gratitude, he and his wife get the brilliant idea to make the tiny elves some clothes, and the elves, now clothed in finery, are very happy and they up and leave. But the couple remains prosperous. That's bollocks. Learning a lesson in generosity and unexpected, unseen levels of kindness. Sun in Scorpio. Fear of disappointment, that would be the 5 of Cups, has been overcome because you gave your angels and ancestors permission to go kick ass on your squirrely people or on the bane of your existence. Whatever resonates with you. Now then, immediately the first set of shoes sold for a high price. That allows the elves to work all night. And they had fun. The couple decides to help them by making tiny clothes. When the elves receive the gift, they put them on and they sing happy songs and they dance clean away, never to be seen again. But the shoemaker's business begins to thrive. No, he's gaslighting everyone. No, that's not what happened. You don't feck with the fairies. Sun in Scorpio. Body and soul have been purified. Because you keep showing up and you're being rewarded. You were showing up before, but you reached a point where law of attractions kicked in. Now this one is kindness begets kindness, and gratitude is a virtue. It teaches how hard work and dedication are very important and can lead to prosperity. It can. Especially when combined with rewards of giving back to those who have helped you. In one version, they were insulted. They thought that they were being mocked for being without clothes, for being naked. Naked. A judgment was passed on those fairies. Assumptions. A victim can blow back on a narcissist once the victim is insulted or gets fed up or reaches a breaking point, often after realizing the abuse is a pattern, which means the elves set a boundary, took the clothes, and then went no contact. Now, Sun in Scorpio. You're ready for pleasurable interactions with the beloved. You go do that. But the elves seek support in going back to the fairy realm. Ultimately, the elves escape the relationship. The comeuppance for the narcissist primarily lies in the loss of control and the elves' ability to live an unapologetically free and fulfilled fairy life for a fabulous future. Sun in Scorpio. You are open. You are open, completely open, and you are glowing. You go and you do that. You're leveling up. You're bossing up. Now, the elves did one pair of shoes as a gift. Then over time, he left more and more leather out. The elves felt obligated to perform, to do the disease to please routine, and it got old fast. When you, the victim, reach a breaking point, blowback comes when a victim's resilience overcomes the manipulation and control. They can't do it anymore. It doesn't work. Sun in Scorpio. You are open to an awakened vitality. Go and do that, collective. Why not? Now the elf saw through the cycle of love bombing and took the clothes and booked. Love bomb, devaluation, one pair of fine shoes was not good enough. Discard. 2 or more pairs are the obligation to produce more and more shoes. It got out of hand. So they took the clothes and left. And manipulation to get the elves to do this all the time. You know, a bottom line. The elves knew that the clothes were a trap. The elves understand that the cobblers love was a tactic for control, not genuine affection at all. It was coercion. It was bribery. Sun in Scorpio, internal healing. Looking closely in transformational power of SMECs, of sexually imbibed SMECs, that we are all adults here. It's okay for you to carry those vibrations. But the cobbler and his wife were judging the fairies for being nude while cobbling. The clothes are a backhanded compliment to belittle and shame and guilt the elves. The abusive cobbler's goal is to erode the elves' self-esteem so that they can manipulate the elves. When the elves started to rebuild their identity, he brought in more leather to force them to feel obligated to make more shoes. That is the elves' reality. Took the clothes, created a new reality, their own reality. They gained strength and to challenge the cobbler's manipulation and leave and challenge the cobbler's narrative. Oh no, we're still getting money. Sun in Scorpio. SMEX is transformational when it's experienced naturally. Now then, by leaving more and more leather out, the narcissist in this story pushes the boundaries constantly. The elves chose non-negotiable boundaries and they went no contact. The elves withdrew their consent to be abused and taken advantage of, ending the cycle. The elves created a support network that validates their experiences with the narcissistic cobbler and his wife, that helped them to plan an exit to leave safely. So, when the clues leave and stay away, the cobbler's power dynamic to abuse the elves was shattered. I'm sorry. Where did it go? I love how incredible this reading is and how it feels. It makes me feel good. You bring me so much joy. I'm enraptured with joy when I come here. When I get to read what's going on with you, and I can't wait. I feel that my first channel, Auntie Grayrock, that was a gift, but Mirror Tarot. On Auntie Grayrock, we in the comments, we shared our stories. It was story time about going no contact from our bullies, those that could. And they stayed in support. They came back and they supported us who couldn't leave. You inspire me, collective, each and every day. Oh, and you help me learn so much. You help me grow every single day when we come here and we spend time together. Let me get a look over here. I have to see now. Oh, I dropped everything over here on the floor. Oops. Well, thank you for creating a magical space with me. But you know what? With that, I'm totally going to just leave it there. I don't think anything else needs to be said in this reading. And I'm so grateful. I love you guys. so much. I love you. I absolutely cannot wait. I get to do this all again in the next reading. Let's go. You promise me you go out there and you'll have a really great day.